My name is Karl Deutsch. I'm a graphic designer, and this segment is on how to create an advertising poster.
An advertising poster is essentially very similar to an advertisement in a newspaper or magazine, but it's just a little bit more simplified. Doesn't have to have quite as much information as maybe a print advertisement would. Kind of what you want to do is you want to give the viewer a general idea of what it is you're advertising, enough information to get them interested, and then either more information or on how to find out more about it, or when it opens, or when the event is, or whatever. So what I've created here is a poster for a car show, car festival of sorts. So as you see, there's not a lot of information here. It doesn't have a long paragraph explaining what the Festival of Cars is. I think that would be fairly self-explanatory. If it's not, then you would need to put some sort of a tagline as far as what it is, maybe. Here you've got the most dominant element being the name of the event, an image that relates to the event, in this case, a German sports car, and keeping in mind the color scheme and everything should all jive pretty well together. I mean, you have this sort of blue and Sun River that ties in with the blue of the sky. This red logo is a little out of place, or a little as far as colors go, but that's their logo, so there's not much you can do about it. You have to put it somewhere and find the most tasteful way to put it in. Like anything else with advertising, you will have a client that you have to make happy, so they're going to have to approve this. Designers are certainly not artists. We do stuff for other people. We're on commission. So there generally is usually some sort of a committee that'll decide whether this is approved or not. So keeping all of these elements in balance and making it look as good as possible as you're designing by committee can be kind of difficult sometimes. But keep in mind hierarchy and flow. So again, this is the largest text element. Then you have the date, and then the German sports cars, which is sort of the theme. So it sort of has it leads you through the page. You have Sun River Festival cars, kind of leads you through the cars down to the car, date, and then over here to this. And down here, you have all the sponsor logos. So this is where keeping the client happy and all of these clients happy is difficult. Incorporating sponsor logos can be tough. You don't want to make them too big because then they crowd everything else out and they become the most dominant element. But if you make them too small, then people aren't going to see who these sponsors are, and the sponsors themselves will get very upset. So you need to keep those large enough so you can see them, but not so large that they're overpowering. Websites are a good way to include, for more information, see this. Most people will be intuitive enough to know that that website is where to go to get more information. You don't need to say, for more information, see this, because I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So a good striking image, strong hierarchy, color scheme, flow, and overall visual appeal are probably the most important elements in an advertising poster.
My name is Karl Deutsch. I'm a graphic designer, and that segment is on how to create an advertising poster.